Hello and welcome back to HWLRADIO.COM. You're here with your main man Hollywood, and today we got Facebook having a problem with black people, as an employee wrote, and here goes the story. A former Facebook employee used the Facebook platform to address what he calls a black people problem. Mark S. Lucky, who said his role was the strategic partner manager for global influencers with a focus on unrepresented voices, said Facebook is failing both its black users and black employees. Earlier this month, just hours before his final day, Lucky penned a lengthy letter to his Facebook coworkers. He made that same note public to the world Tuesday afternoon. And here goes the letter. Facebook has a black people problem, Lucky wrote on the first line. He outlined the increased growth of black users on social media, especially Facebook, and detailed the company's lack of outreach when it comes to new ideas and opportunity growth in diverse communities. Lucky said the black employees are encouraged to submit ideas and opinions sometimes. Black employees at Facebook are frequently asked publicly and privately to volunteer their input for projects that involve race in some way, he wrote. Lucky said those questions were things like, what do black people think about? Is this racist, or is this graphic culturally appropriate? Black employees often do these things gladly and within reason because someone has to, Lucky wrote. Otherwise, these issues would go untouched by people of color. In 2015, Facebook Digital Diversity Report on Facebook Business, titled A Closer Look at African Americans in the U.S., Facebook actually drilled into data to plan a way to accommodate their growing base. The report states that African Americans watch about 10 hours of TV on a weekly average, and that 67% are browsing their mobile devices, while 63% are scanning their computers while watching TV. The use of social media while watching TV is called screen stacking, per the study. The report also says for African Americans, family encompasses community. Additionally, black Americans predominantly use Facebook as their go-to source, and 9 out of 10 use it to communicate with family, while 7 of 10 use it to keep up with friends and community events, according to the study. While family is important to defining African American culture, our research showed that celebrating the personal achievement of other African Americans is the top link to African American cultural identity, the report reads. Facebook is seen as a place to express this cultural pride. 4 out of 10 African Americans use Facebook to share personal achievements and quotes or inspirational messages. The Facebook business message wrapped up with potential marketing abilities it could tap into with black communities. It stated that buying potential in black communities could soar from $1 trillion to $1.3 trillion in a few years. A study by the Pew Research Center found that 55% of black millennials spend at least an hour a day on social media sites, higher than their white millennial counterparts. Lucky continued his letter by providing examples of black users not being able to create a social safe space and how their accounts may get shut down or suspended without a notice because of verbiage usage and how to handle problems. One example was Mary Canty Merrill's rant on April 17th when she wrote, "Dear white people, the terminology we use to define the problem determines how we attempt to solve it. You are so accustomed to defining racism as a people of color being the problem that you want to fix us, patronize us, save us, and heal us. You rarely perceive yourselves as the problem, which is where its root lies. Thus, your interventions are most often ill-formed, misdirected, and yield no meaningful or substantial results." The next day, Merrill found her account had been suspended for a week, per this 2000 report on RevealNews.com. Lucky said such brass actions by Facebook, removing accounts on a knee-jerk reaction, could lead the company to alienate and lose trust in one of its fastest-growing demographics, and with all their marketing potential, with more than $1 trillion in buying power. So, everything else just ain't needed, because right now I'm about to break it all the way down to ya. They saying that on their graphs of checking us out, the 4 out of 10 of us are hating. No, 4 out of 10 of us is saying positive shit and bringing us up. That's 4 out of 10. That's sad. 7 out of 10 of us use it just to keep up with friends and community. And 9 out of 10 use it to communicate with the family. But my number one thing is the only thing they care about is our $1 trillion in spending power. So if we got $1 trillion in spending power, but if we was helping each other out with that $1 trillion in spending power, don't y'all think we'd have more black millionaires? Yeah, I want y'all to think about that. But it tells us right here that we are our own worst enemy. They don't even have to be our enemy no more because they got us so psychologically trained that we destroying ourselves. Everybody talk about support a black business when the report reads that only 4 out of 10 motherfuckers is actually doing it. And that's sad. And y'all motherfuckers need to wake up before y'all kill us. Quit saying they killing us. Y'all gonna kill us. But that's gonna be the show for today. So make sure you go over to HWLRADIO.com, download the radio station app. Make sure you check out the sponsors page and shit. I'm out.